Collective, welcome, welcome. I'm Nikki, your local vegan tarotist. We're here today to do a reading for Sagittarius energy. So you or your person could have Sagittarius placements. Something about Sagittarius season could be significant to this connection. Or you could be in the energy of temperance, right? Dealing with the crown chakra, dealing with divine downloads, messages from beyond. What does it mean? What does it mean? The nightmare before Christmas. Maybe somebody's birthday is in the holiday season. But this is like the nightmare before Christmas. So you could be in this energy of like a high stress. I mean, temperance is about tempering. It's that applied stress. It is divine stress applied to the ego. Okay, there was a window, the blinds were open, and I felt like somebody was watching. You may feel like somebody's watching you, and it is like, it feels like the storm before the calm, right? Everything is topsy-turvy, it's backwards. What's that from? Topsy-turvy, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So that movie could be significant. Demi Moore. Mel Gibson? Is that who plays the knight, which he is Capricorn? So yeah, somebody could have Capricorn placements. But Capricorn is all about the ego. It's about this, it's not about the sacral chakra, but somebody could be operating out of that as well. It is the root chakra, and I have my golden scorpion here because I'm very much getting scorpionic energy as well. There's an ending. There's a sting here. This feels like a very tense moment before Christmas. Christmas is like the Wheel of Fortune. It's like your gifts coming in. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. Somebody is definitely feeling like the nightmare. Somebody could be having trouble sleeping. Maybe you were really close to your person in the sense that you were talking a lot. Ooh, my left eye's twitching. Right on the money there for somebody. So there is some sort of distance, and that distance is like the drawback of the archer. There's that high tension before the arrow is released, and that's Cupid's arrow in this case. And so it's, yeah, somebody could be getting like headaches or like almost like zingers. Talk to your doctors or whatever. I'm not a doctor, but I was only called Doc. What's up, Doc? Rabbits could be important here. Carrots for eyesight. So the third eye, Pisces energy could be important here as well. I know something's flipped over. I know it did. I know it's in there. Where are you at, you little son of a bitch? That's funny. This is like the energy that I'm getting. It's like, somebody's watching. Somebody's about to come toward you. And in the masculine deck here, the Rider-Waite gold foil, somebody could be offering something of gold. Not plated, right? 24 karat, solid gold. Ooh, somebody sees you as being solid gold here, feminine. Okay, usually I just kind of keep going, but I'm not crazy. Am I crazy? Somebody could be asking themselves that. Like, there it is, 6 of Cups. Son of a gun. 6 of Cups is the soulmate. This is your soulmate. They're trying to hide, though. They're being real sneaky. Clear the fear. Oh, gosh. They're acting like the wounded warrior. I mean, this could be stress because they could be undergoing a lot of stress in their environment, and maybe I'm just being insensitive as the feminine here. Like, no, I want you to come out and say what you need to say. Say something, I'm giving up on you. The World. 3 of Wands. They see you as the world. They're working their way toward you with the 8 of Pentacles. I almost said the 8 of Cups, which means they may not be ready to bring in the 6 of Cups because they may have to leave something else before they can bring that in. All right, let's get the feminine side of things. Because the masculine, yeah, they're coming in, but they're looking at this Six of Cups. The way he's looking at the Six of Cups is like wounded warrior, lone wolf. It's like solitary confinement. Being overworked. Five of Wands. Maybe somebody is blocked or they feel blocked. Where do they feel blocked at? Wheel of Fortune. This is a feminine. I feel like my Christmas presents aren't here. Santa forgot me this year. Six of Pentacles. But this Six of Pentacles looks like breadcrumbing to me. It's like, please, just a morsel, sir. I'm starving. Could I have a little bit of bread? A wee morsel. Six of Cups. And this does look like, you know, like the stage performance thing of what makes a monster and what makes a man in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, where like they're doing the puppet show and the gypsies are, you know, maybe the name Roman, or maybe somebody has like something about Greek lettering or like Roman numerals, Romania, Russia, something with the R. Somebody's name could have an R in it. But the Six of Cups is like, everybody's just watching this. Ooh, there could be some kind of apprehension about what others will think, or the influence of others and how that might affect this connection. Because I'm just getting, I mean, that's kind of like, you know, they're watching and laughing and pointing fingers as they're throwing tomatoes at Quasimodo. And they're just like this monstrous crowd, which also reminds me of like Sparta, where they're just, this is Sparta. 300 could be important here. Somebody could be 30. The number 3. 3 is like, it is the Holy Trinity, and then it's followed by zeros, which would make it, which normally would multiply it, and you would multiply it by tens to get those zeros. Tens are endings, so there has to be endings first, which is that scorpionic energy. Someone could be like a Scorpio Sag cusper, or something about the cusp of that season could play a role here. Also the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn. But it's like these people are just watching, and they're like, haha, like they might be like feeding on the drama of this. I don't know. That's a strange message. Or maybe that's just a concern that somebody has, because we do have this Nine of Swords anxiety to match the Nine of Wands with the masculine. So the feminine is in this anxious, up at night, unable to sleep, maybe binge eating, maybe binge watching something, scrolling, doom scrolling. Like, I'm getting this binging thing where it's like there's like a compulsory energy around this connection. And then the masculines over here, like the wounded warrior. Their head hurts. They're blocking their crown chakra. Check your Jupiter placement. Also, Kronos, Saturn, Satan, with the rings around Saturn. So that's Capricorn energy, the devil energy of, like, what is ruling you? What is crowning your throne right now? Right? Is it this priest? Is it this holy Hierophant-y energy? Someone could have Taurus placements. Or is it this devil? Someone's been going in that cardinal wand energy, and they need to fix that energy. You need to fix yourself. Temperance at the bottom. There's a need to heal, and they're pouring into the yoni. They're pouring into the feminine energy here, which means yin. Okay, that means rest. That means receiving. That means trusting in the divine. Temperance is all about trust. And the Three of Wands. Is this person ever going to come forward? And they both have these full bellies in the feminine, these figures here. So there is like this, like the feminine knows that there is some kind of creative abundance here. I mean, there could be a child involved or a pregnancy involved, but it's like this contemplative energy about, is this the person that I'm supposed to create with? Because I have so much to give. I'm ready. I'm ripe for the picking. Like the feminine feels ready. They've been doing this work. They've been pouring into themselves. They've been really nurturing and trying to trust the process. And then the world, there is a masculine that has to close a distance. Could be an emotional distance, could be a physical distance. But there is some sort of separation here with the Six of Cups. Ooh, that was loud. Let's see with the Native American Tarot. Whoa, okay. The Fool. There was too much coming out with that. Somebody could be reluctant to make a fool of themselves and to really come forward with how they really feel. But we have the Warrior of Shields and the Silence. The Four of Pentacles. Again, somebody is withholding. Somebody's a miser. They're afraid to lose stability. They're afraid to lose balance. That's like Eat, Pray, Love. Liz, sometimes to lose balance for love is part of living a balanced life. That's what Ketut says. He is a guru. He is a hierophant. He is a spiritual leader. What is this silence for? Because we do have a very slow-moving energy, and this pentacle that they're bringing in, it's like a drum, and it has a deer on it, which is Gemini energy. It's the Lovers. Native American zodiac for Gemini is the deer. And then the dog gives Cancerian energy. So it is like someone could have a Cancer placement, but it is that Chariot, they're not moving forward. So there is a moon energy. There's a lack of clarity. There's some lack of illumination, a lack of education. With the Eight of Pentacles here, somebody could be trying to educate themselves on how to come forward. This masculine might feel that they might feel with uncertain terms that this is their soulmate, this is their twin flame, this is whatever you want to call it. They know that about this feminine, but they don't have the words, they don't have the education as far as like how to describe it. So it feels like they're trying to understand it and make it to where they can come in with the right words, come in with the right... So they don't want to sound foolish. They don't want to sound dumb. Somebody does not want to look stupid. They've been made a fool of in other connections where they lost all their stability. They were in that Five of Pentacles energy. They didn't wait. They jumped into things too hastily before thinking. So they're really thinking. It's like a night at the museum. Eat, pray, love. Yeah, somebody, it's like they need to nourish the body, eat. They need to nourish the spirit, right? And this is like, as the chakras go, the three lower chakras are the ego, the past, and they are masculine, right? Of the 3D. Then there's the three higher, which are of the future. They are of spirit. They are of the 5D. They're feminine. Okay? And then at the center, the one that connects the two, that is actually the sun. It's the child. It's the divine creation. So we have the divine masculine, the divine creation, and then divine masculine, divine feminine, and then the divine creation is at the center, is the heart chakra. So it's like eat is like for all of the masculine energy, like nourishing, eliminating, doing the shadow work of the lower chakras, tempering the ego, that's that temperance energy. And then there's the pray for the feminine, it's the meditation, it's the tapping into source, it's all the balancing of the mind and bringing that together, bringing that into bringing together. Why does it feel like the feminine is doing more of the work here? Like the feminine is bringing this together. I mean, the feminine is the key to most things. Not to say that the masculine's not the key. It's like the feminine is like the lock. They have all the pieces, and it does take a divine masculine to unlock something with a locket, a key, a padlock, something heart-shaped locket. Isn't that a song? Heart-shaped locket. But it's the divine masculine, divine feminine, and then the divine creation, right? Eat, pray, love. The heart center. That's the last component. That's where we connect. That actually kind of hurt when I just did that. I just kind of like rubbed my sternum. Someone may need to do some like vagus nerve resetting, calming their nervous system, massaging their sternum. Grace and Frankie, where she's nervous about the tornado and she's like under the table. She's like in a panic attack. And Saul, for the sun maybe, the clarity would bring this feminine a lot of ease of this anxiety of the 9 of Swords. But Frankie, she's like, get your fucking hand off my sternum. Like when he's trying to rub her sternum, because that's what he normally did. But if you don't know about Grace and Frankie, the opening pilot episode is the two men. They are law partners. Something about Libra could be important here. That's also karma and cycles. Something with the justice system could be a factor here as well. A divorce or some sort of separation. Again, something in like a same-sex dynamic possibly. Well, the men have been lovers. They've been married to their wives for 40 years. For the last 20 years that they've been law partners, they've been having an affair. They're in love. They want to divorce them. And they're all like in their 70s, right? And so it's like this new phase of our life. And the wives are like, what? Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, they're like Sam something. I don't know his last name. I think he was in Law and Order. I've never seen Law and Order, but there's something about law could be important here. Again, justice. Justice is about, that divine timing. That Wheel of Fortune relies on that Libra energy, and it is going from that air energy of Libra, cardinal air, to fixed energy. The Wheel of Fortune is fixed energy. The world is here as well with fixed energy. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. Warrior woman. Let's see what else. Maiden of Pipes. Ooh, yeah, someone's presenting as quite fiery, but see, she's kind of guarding her pipe there. Like, she's not singing the same old tune. 1818 on the clock there. That could be important. Which is 9-9. It's 2 independent people. And then we have the Warrior of Pipes. The Maiden of Shields. Okay, so we have the Warrior of Shields, which is the Knight of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So we get this very slow-moving energy. And in this Maiden of Shields, she also has the Deer. But see, she's got this wheel here. She wants this wheel to come in, and it's taking forever. And this masculine's over here with his mohawk, like, meh. Yeah, my heart wants to come to you, but we're just going to sit here. What is he, like, squatting? Is he taking a poo? Come on. What's he doing? What is he doing? And that's kind of how she feels. But then we have the Warrior of Pipes. So this is the fastest moving knight coming in with that fiery energy, because I'm getting a very the Maiden, which is the Page of Wands, but she's presenting like a Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is very attractive. It's also the feminine that gets what she wants. She's very spiritual. She comes off as like the witchy energy. The way she's holding her pipe, I'm just getting like, I said what I said. So this feminine may address this, like, make your move. And with the wands, could be through energy, could be through a message. And it's like the masculine's here like, oh, heard, understood, received. I don't know why I'm getting funny sounds. I started watching The Labyrinth last night, and the sound, I always love those sounds. Just all of the like voice acting sounds of creatures, and that's something that, you know, like growing up, my siblings and I would always do. Make those noises. Pisces energy could be important here as well. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Cups. There is a very solid offer of healing, investments. The Fool, there he is. There's that Four of Pentacles. Okay, so this Four of Pentacles looks a little bit less misery, right? This one, in the first deck, the Four of Pentacles, they're clutching them. Like, no, I'm not giving anything away. I'm not sharing at all. It's a pretty selfish energy. Here, they're like pondering. Maybe I do have enough to share. Maybe I could. And then here, they're laser focused. This is Virgo energy. Someone could have Virgo placements. This is, but it's not a hermit of like reluctance or no, I just want to stay in my pocket of peace alone because I like that. This is somebody who's looking forward and they've got their suited up, suited and booted, right? Somebody could be coming in like, the military could be important here. Or it's just that knight energy. It's like, oh yeah, I'm coming in with that warrior spirit. I'm no longer this wounded warrior. I'm no longer mulling over the past and things that went wrong and woe is me. I'm looking forward, like legs are crossed. This is someone who feels very sure about the move they're about to make. They're content. They are in the waiting room. Like if you see people in the waiting room, it's like something about a lunch break can be important here. Because I'm getting like someone who has to go to the doctor, you know, like on their break or something. So they're still in their business attire. Or they could be like, that you could meet this person at like a restaurant when you're like, they could be having like a business meeting because there are pentacles are at play here. So that could be about work on the masculine side. Page of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, Page of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is not just coming in with that energy of like hubba hubba. Getting like boil, boil, toil and trouble. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Why did I say boil, boil? Boil, boil? Ooh, the World again. That is closing distance. That's also a whole new world. Do you trust me? This is a trust. They want to build trust. Trust could have been broken in the past, in this life or the past life. But see this, okay, so again, the message. This is a messenger. Because they've thrown their wand down and they've got their hatchet, which in this deck is the swords, which is communication. So they are coming and it's holstered. So it's not going to be, they're not coming in like with words, like this is something they have crafted through that Eight of Pentacles. This is something they have forged. They have tempered this communication like you do a sword. You apply that heat to it. You apply the fire to it to really forge it, to make it strong. This is somebody who has been choosing this message very wisely. They may have typed it out. They may have written it out. They may have bounced it off of other people. They may have practiced it in the mirror. This is someone who has like rehearsed this over and over in their mind. And they have crafted it to be like the most perfectly clear message. It's not, it's holstered. So, I mean, they could have been resting there for a while. Because even though they threw the pipe down, they do have this torch. They're holding a torch for you. They're keeping the home fires burning. Every light in the house is on. Just in case you ever do get tired of being gone. This is somebody coming out of the darkness. They're hoping that you've left the light on for them. Page of Wands. They're hoping that this feminine is ready to receive the sunlight that they're about to illuminate. They're about to drop some truth that is like clears everything up. This is why I've been gone so long. This is why I've been scared. I've been scared to be the Fool. But the Fool is like that's there. I mean, it's Aquarius and Aries, but I'm getting with that sun, I'm getting some Leo energy here of coming forward with the courage to do it anyway. Like the Cowardly Lion realizes or is told, you've had the courage, it's within you. Heart has nothing to do with a muscle, right? It's about compassion. It's about understanding. The heart is about connection. And the heart chakra is shared by the duality of the masculine and feminine, the sun and the moon, Cancer and Leo. Those are the divine celestial bodies for masculine and feminine. Nine of Cups, King of Swords. That is strong communication. It's like the Gimp in Pulp Fiction. It's like, you stay over there. You no longer control my world, you little gargoyle. Also, I am getting the gargoyles from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Maybe somebody like, that's a team, right? Notre Dame? I don't know. Maybe somebody, I don't know where that's from. I don't know about sports. I don't know about that foosball. But yeah, you no longer control my world. I am in control of my world. I create my world with my sword. With my big sword that I've been forging. They look scared though. Somebody could have some like facial hair. But like the way they're holding their belt, that's a body posturing mechanism or whatever. Like if somebody covers their stomach, covers their throat, covers their mouth, tucks their chin, those are like, somebody could be really into psychology or like behavioral sciences or like body language and gestures. That could be really interesting. They could just read people really well off of those. By mannerisms, gestures, tones. Like this could be someone who's very good at researching. Also, this is like the military man and the lawyer, right? Police officer. This is someone who's kind of in the judicial warrior spirit. This is somebody who has like that archangel energy. Could be strong air placements as well. But they're kind of gardening. Gardening. They're guarding their belly. So there is like an extreme vulnerability coming in from this masculine. I just bit my tongue. They're biting their tongue. Yeah, they are. And he's got these lines under his eyes, which, hello. So this is someone, who could have been losing sleep over this. Because we have the moon on their other face here. So it's like, they are coming in with truth. But they're also, there's a little bit, it's direct communication. This is a strange message and we'll clarify in just a second. They're coming in with this direct communication, but there's some sort of guarded energy to it. Why? And see, okay, it is a little bit half in, half out, I guess, because see the devil here, they both have this. There is like a shadow aspect of this masculine that they are not sure possibly how this feminine will receive them. If they express this, they're like, this is something I do. What makes a monster and what makes a man? This is a man or masculine who feels like they have a monster. With that, this could be Gemini energy as well, with that like Two-Face type thing. Two-Face. Didn't I just reference another movie that had Tommy Lee Jones in it? Anyway, Tommy Lee Jones, I don't know his sign, but maybe something with Tommy Lee Jones. This could be an older masculine, a very old soul, because I'm getting No Country for Old Men. But see, the hand of the devil here, this little gargoyle demon creature, is like, like I'm getting The Ring, or like Insidious. Patrick Wilson, I believe he's not a Scorpio. I don't know why a Scorpio is about to come out. I believe he's a Cancer. I mean, someone could have strong water placements, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but particularly Scorpio and Cancer just now. But it's like, the hand kind of like creeps out, and it's like that like eerie music. There's a lot of fear here, something insidious. I mean, maybe their past behavior or whatever they were doing, there was some sort of manipulation going on, which is why temperance is so key to this dynamic, because it's about tempering the ego. It's about really bringing a divinity to your shadows. You're using the power of the divine to kind of smite yourself, which smiting isn't about punishment as much as it's about balancing what is imbalanced. So this is a very, like, what makes a monster, what makes a man, and that reminds me of Jordan Peterson, which I believe is a Gemini as well. But he talks about, women want a dangerous man. That's like Friends, where they're doing the burn ceremony on Valentine's Day, and Phoebe's like, we need the semen of a righteous man. And Rachel's like, if we had that, we wouldn't be doing the ceremony. A righteous man, the way she says it. But like a truly righteous man, like an archangel, that archangel spirit is someone who's willing to go into hell and smite the demons and do that work. And sometimes, like, having a warrior spirit, it can get a little ugly. It's a little scary, like Constantine, Virgo energy. Like, it is somebody who is, someone could have, strong mutable placements as well, because it is that duality between air and water. Mutable energy is air and water. So it's that very malleable, like, and all, like most of the serial killers that we know anyway of are mutable signs, because it's a very tricky balance in Sagittarius. It's mutable, right? So so it is kind of like there's like a really unique and interesting duality about this masculine. I've never looked at this King of Swords like this, and the feminine might be like, oh, I've never noticed this about this masculine. This could be someone that you see often or interact with on a regular enough basis that they're taking you by surprise. You've never seen this side of them. Maybe you thought they were like a monster, or maybe you thought they were like a goody two-shoes, but they're like, I actually have this other side to me. And this could also be a little bit kinky, like a little bit like with that sacral energy that I was getting from Scorpio. It's like, and the devil here, that's all about attachments, obsession. It's like they might reveal like that they've been quite obsessed, and maybe some of the stuff that they want to do to you feminines, you are their wish fulfillment, and they want to fill all your cups. Easy now. Let's see. Empress, Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, again, you both have been in the same energy of feeling like, I'm in this all by myself. I'm never going to find my person. I'm alone. You both have been feeling the same way. So right now, if you've been feeling like my person has forgotten me, and that brings up Sex and the City, where Charlotte and Harry are having trouble. Like she has a lazy, not a lazy ovary. Yeah, she has a lazy ovary. Yeah. Does Miranda have the lazy ovary? I think Miranda might have that. Anyway, she has fertility issues. There could be something about fertility issues, reproductive issues, or just like a lack of inspiration and creativity in your life because you don't have your person around. And Nine of Wands could also be like a long period of not having any sort of sexual energy, which is sacral energy. It is creative. It's the greatest source of our creative energy, is the sacral chakra. So there could be a blockage there as well, because you're like, I'm not just going to give to anybody, but like I would like to give to somebody. And these sticks are like not even lit up, you know? There's like vines growing on this one. So it's been a long time. Even if you have been active with people, it's not fruitful, right? There's a need to bear fruit. There's a need to grow. And so it's Charlotte and Harry, they've put in for adoption. And she's like, I think God forgot our address. And she's feeling really hopeless. And they're my favorite couple. They're my favorite couple in the whole series. I used to think like, oh, Charlotte's such a square or whatever, you know. But she's over. Maybe you have some kind of like show like that I don't know if you've ever watched Sex and the City, but for me, it's something I used to watch with my sister. And so it's like, there's like a nostalgic element to it. So, you know, every couple years, whenever I'm going through some sort of like transitory phase in my life, I'll play it, and it's like I relate to different things, or I get annoyed. I'm always, every single time, annoyed by Carrie because she's just a terrible friend. She's a terrible person. She cheats. She lies. I cannot stand her. Other than her fashion, she's a terrible character. She is the antagonist of that entire show. But, you know, though, she'll ask certain questions, and then I'll kind of like, I'll ask that about whatever place I'm at in my life, or whatever person I'm dealing with at the time, if I'm dealing with anybody. So anyway, there could just be something like that you're revisiting. If you do journal, you could be like rereading your journal, or you could be revisiting something, or looking at something. Maybe it's Friends, because we did just reference Friends. Maybe you're like, you're revisiting something and you're kind of looking at things differently. But yeah, I think once I hit like 30, I was like, that's what I want. What Charlotte has with Harry, like they have a partnership. So anyway, she's like, oh, I feel like God forgot our address. And it's feeling like that lack of the Wheel of Fortune. Like I don't have the thing that I wished for. Like it's coming with the world. It's coming. It is coming. Okay. The Empress is here. The masculine sees you as their wish fulfillment, feminines. And for the masculines listening, like, yes, your feminine is waiting on you. And any of the fears that you have, like, they're going to accept everything about you. And Harry is a lawyer. She is in the art world. So that somebody could be like an artist, very like atypical, personality. And then someone else could be like a type A personality. Like you could be very different. And so you may have never thought that this would be your person. And then the masculine may have felt like, oh, this feminine will never accept me for who I am. They'll never love this other side of me because that's a monstrous side of me. But I think that you both have this kind of, like the feminine's wearing a mask here in this Nine of Wands. So it's like you both have put on a mask. You both are playing a role. And I think you're both going to be more than pleasantly surprised and satisfied by the reality. You may have held back on this connection because you felt like there needed to be, because of the idea of it. Like it will never live up to the idea of it. And maybe other connections never lived up to like their full potential or the idea of them. This is like the reality is even better than the idea. it's more than you ever could have wished for. But you will not discover that until somebody takes a leap of faith, which we have the Fool, the Six of Cups, the Empress. Like, we got some good stuff coming out. So it does look strong. The world is here. Somebody is fighting with their own words, how they're going to present this love offer. But the Page of Cups is coming in. It could be a younger masculine, or it could just be someone who is very new to love. They could have been in many relationships. They could have been in a long-term marriage. Doesn't matter. This person is new to this kind of love because this is the type of love that they've always wanted, that they requested. High Priestess and the Six of Wands. That is the rescue? No. That is, well, it could be like the rescue of the Six of Swords. With the Wheat here, that is Virgo energy, but Six of Wands is Leo. Somebody could be like a Leo, Virgo, cusper. Somebody might be able to actually pronounce words here. Crusper. But yeah, it's like somebody has like a lot of variety to them, but they've only been presenting to the world in one way because that's the only way that they felt the world could take them, handle them, accept them. And maybe in past relationships, they did the same thing. They were always only presenting in a very particular way. The Corn Maiden being the High Priestess. What's going on here? And they're working. Usually the High Priestess just kind of lets things come to them, but this is the masculine. This is presenting as the masculine. That Piscean energy. This is not just somebody who's receiving. They've got their rubber gloves on. Something about yellow gloves could be important here. I mean, those are probably like, I don't know, burlap or some other material than rubber. Just because everything here feels very like natural. Okay, but maybe because those present as rubber gloves with all of these like natural elements around them, they're doing something out of their comfort zone. Like the gloves feel out of place. It's like something's different about this picture, or something doesn't fit here. And it is like, because they've never done this before. Maze. And I did say, I was watching The Labyrinth, like there's something about a maze. It's like they are exploring uncharted territory. They don't know which way to go. They don't know if they're going to be able to find their way out of this. But they have no choice but to go into it, to submit to the process. Also, very specific message: if you do not want a human child, rubber, wear it, protect yourself. Or, you know, the best way to avoid that is to just not do it. But because the creative, so that's like if you are giving to other connections, cover it up. Or again, just don't do it. Like if you're wanting this divine connection, that's probably the blockage in the sacral chakra. If you're giving it to other people, you can't fill your divine cup if you're pouring it into lower than like shot glasses. Somebody could be drinking more than normal. You want a pitcher. You want the big chalice filled, and you're pouring drip, drip drops into little shot glasses because it's intoxicating. And that is a major thing about temperance, is a restraint, right? It is the limb and yoga of restraint. Abstinence, brahmacharya. So that's a specific message for somebody. I just got really annoyed by that because I'm like, I just was talking about this because watching The Wedding Singer, it just, like, I love the movie. Love the movie. Every time I watch it, I love it. I love their chemistry, yada, yada. They are Pisces and Virgo, polarity signs. This person could be your polarity sign. They are your other half. They are your perfect mirror. They are your twin. However, Drew Barrymore, the more, and again, it's like the more I watch things and the longer I'm single, the older I get, the more experiences I've had. When I look at certain things that I used to, like Pretty Woman, you know, I've watched that back and I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so, like, and like, yeah, I look at things differently, as you hopefully do as you get older. But I cannot stand Drew Barrymore's character. She's so weak-minded. She lets her friend convince her to kiss this guy, which, yes, is Robbie Hart. The heart is important here. And all of that. And this is her person. We all are rooting for them. And because her fiance is such a douchebag, it's like, we don't care about him. But you cannot properly give to your person if you're giving to something else. She should have left him when she realized she didn't want to be with him, when she could not give a response to anyone who asked her, why are you marrying him? She goes silent when Robbie asks her, well, why do you love him? He just asks her casually, and she's like, oh, he'll look hot when he's older. Like, that's really your reason? And then she doesn't give her best friend an answer either, or her cousin. She does not give her an answer either. Marsha. Brady Bunch. This could be a blended family. But, yeah, she can't give an answer because she doesn't know. And it's just like in Serendipity, where his best friend is like, maybe you're laying here because you don't want to be standing somewhere else. There could be a friend that is intervening or giving advice here or asking the right question to you or your person that's like gets you to either move toward this connection or move away from another one, right? Because you cannot give fully and wholly, with a W, holy, right? A whole trinity. Well, that's my name that I go by. If you have followed me over on Instagram, you know, or if you've followed me for a while and you know my art, it's under the tag Holy Trinity with a W. But you cannot give holy and righteously, a righteous man. If you want to be righteous, if you want to take a leap of faith, if you want to stop being made a fool of, stop acting foolishly. There's that tough love. Somebody's giving tough love here. Somebody's saying like the thing that needs to be said. Because it's like, then why are you marrying him? Or her. Somebody could be engaged somewhere else, or somebody could be like, and they are just before the wedding, like, the name Sarah, John, Robbie, and I don't even know Drew Barrymore's name. I just watched it last night. Why can't I remember her name? Anyway, but I always reference 50 First Dates. No, I don't. I always reference The Wedding Singer when I talk about the Ten of Pentacles, which is that investment. It is growing together, growing older, and it is like that constant growth. It is that constant abundance. And you can't invest in something like that, and that's probably why the Ten of Pentacles isn't out, because the challenge here and the blockage here with this connection, and the reason that it's taking a while, because an ending has to occur for this to come in, before the Wheel of Fortune can time up and click on the calendar, that divine timing. And I'm talking the divine calendar, not the one that you can mark. Maybe the name Mark. But X marks the spot. And that also is like before you can hit your mark with the arrow, before Cupid can bring that together. Something else has to end, because you can't be half in and half out. That's what makes a monster, and what makes a righteous man is whether or not you are giving to, we have the two wolves in us or whatever, Pisces energy, Native American zodiac for Pisces. The wolf is whichever one you feed. The grass is greener where you water it, right? Wherever you're giving your energy to, that's what you're going to get more of. If you're giving your energy to something casual, you're going to get that's what you're going to get. If you want to give to this connection, you have to release. That's the root chakra. That's the devil. That's Saturn energy. You need to release what does not serve your highest good, what does not serve your righteousness. Okay? Because if you are not willing to do that, then you don't deserve this. Frankly, you don't deserve this love. And it will evade you. It will constantly evade you. And it's like, yes, you know, it seems like these happy endings in these shows or whatever, but why is Charlotte and Harry my favorite? Because they come from two different backgrounds. You know, he's Jewish. She has to convert. And it is, I mean, she doesn't have to, but she chooses to. It's a choice. And they work at their relationship. They are honest with each other. They are best friends. And you know how she meets him? She goes through a divorce. This isn't before her freaking wedding that she meets him. She meets him when she closes out a cycle. And that's when the universe will send you. That's when God will send you your person, is when you close out that other cycle. I'm done with the tough love, but someone needed to hear it. And someone is thinking it. Your person is telling you, like, if you're cross-watching for the feminine, or you are the feminine saying this, you could be the masculine saying this to your person, because, you know, I keep wanting to say 51st date, so I don't know, that could be significant as well. Same two characters, so I mean, there is something about that polarity. It's kind of like same two characters, different movie. Like, maybe this has been your cycle in other lifetimes, and that's why you're here going through this challenge, because it's like, have you not learned? Do you not want this union? Like, are you going to keep repeating the same shit that you've been doing for movie after movie after movie? Or are you going to, like, do what you need to do? Are you going to temper your ego? Are you going to restrain from things that feel good in the moment for what you really want, you know, long term? Are you? Like Dory? Do you? Do you? Huh? Why are you following me? Yeah, somebody could be like following someone on social media. Again, somebody is watching and they're just like, why are you following me? Why are you even, like, do something, make a move, homie. This could be a friend. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Hopefully there was something in here for you that brings us together. Confirm it below, claim it below. Thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, subscribed, followed, if you are over on Instagram, donated, any way that you have shown support. Just by being here, you've shown support, even the haters. So I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And until next time, I wish you well.